We loved not having to start from scratch on raw land. Power, water, irrigation rights, septic. So it was ready to build. I never thought I would live with a dishwasher, but my wife insisted, and now I'm glad that we have one. Here in the main space, we definitely had some thinking to do about how to orient everything. Hi, my name is Scott. Come take a tour of our roundhouse. Welcome to the center of the house, the kitchen. When we decided we were going to get this Smiling Woods Yurt built, we looked at a lot of different plans. We saw a lot of different pictures. We even toured a few houses here in the valley. Putting the kitchen in the middle became quite obvious once we looked at some other plans. We knew that we wanted mostly windows looking out onto the mountains throughout the rest of the living room, and we didn't want to dedicate that much wall space on the exterior to have the kitchen. And we knew we were going to have a bedroom anyway, so this would just be a blank wall if you didn't have the kitchen here. And our designer very wisely built us this 2.5 foot overhang from the loft so we could run all of our nice big lights. We got a nice big center island with a custom light on a swivel above, which is great for working in the dark winters. Lots of storage, trash, all your pots and pans ready to hand. Pre-built cabinetry. We kept this part open with some custom made shelves, so everything's really easy to grab. I never thought I would live with a dishwasher, but my wife insisted, and now I'm glad that we have one. You know, to do the kitchen in the middle, you gotta have a plan for the plumbing's all gotta go into the slab. We brought in water from the well in the utility room over here. Made it just big enough to squeeze in washer and dryer. We got our on-demand water heater, and the main water comes in here. We got a water shutoff valve for the whole house. Here in the main space, we definitely had some thinking to do about how to orient everything. We knew we had 35 feet wide. We knew we wanted the kitchen in the middle, but the rest of it was kind of hard to figure out exactly what our flow was going to be. This is our fireside cozy reading area. Well, we heat the house mainly with this nice big modern wood stove. One fire a day keeps this house nice and toasty warm. Favorite books at the moment. It's a nice place early in the morning. Come sit down, have your coffee, sit and look at the fire. Yeah, it's nice to be in essentially a one-room house. It feels like, kind of like our tiny house feel. You get super tall ceilings, you can hear everybody, you can have a bunch of people in one space and hold a conversation. Once I had the idea to do a bay window here, we knew that that was going to be the couch area. Straight line for the couch, facing the kitchen so you can easily converse back and forth. This is our dining area. I built this out of some recycled slabs that I found in Seattle, with some big beams underneath for legs. I wanted it to be big enough we can have 12, 14 people crowd around this and have Thanksgiving dinner, but it's also a place for the kids to do art. It's been a nice little space. We did have to kind of custom fit it so that it didn't block the way to go all the way around the house. Welcome to the bathroom. Like most of this house, it's an amalgamation of my wife's idea of what it should be and my idea of what we should put in. Grandparents found this sink countertop setup on super sale. Once we had that, ordered the cabinet to fit exactly that size, and away we go. Cast iron tub I found by the side of the road. I think we had this outside with my kids bathing in it for a full year before we got it installed. It's an old 50s tub, and boy does it stay warm when you're taking a bath. Toilet's over here. It was the first thing that went in the house once we had the walls up. It was just a big room with the toilet in the corner. So leaving the bathroom, we'll head into what we call the bump out. This is the bump out bedroom for the kids. So this is a 10-foot extension off of the main circle of the yurt. So this is all custom framed according to what I wanted it to be. Put in a cedar ceiling. You can see that I just left the cedar siding from the house on this wall. The kids love it. They grew up, especially my daughter, in the tiny house in 175 square feet. So this feels like a castle to them. They get to roller skate in a circle, run up and down the stairs, hang from the rings in the loft. Yeah, it's a great place. Nice homey feel for the kids. They love it. All right, welcome to the loft. We call this the kid zone. It was intentional to kind of have it be overflow guest space, and then just kid play zone. You got the rings for them to dangle from, you know, toys. We put in a mini split for air conditioning. Just a one head big mini split. Works great to cool down the whole house when it's hot. We wanted them to be able to, you know, stand on the railing and put on a play for us while we're sitting on the couch and relaxing. And that has definitely happened. So when we found this property, I think it was listed at just over $200,000. And since it had been on the market for so long, we were able to talk them down quite a bit, but it had power, water, irrigation rights, septic. So it was ready to build, which we loved, not having to start from scratch on raw land. The kit home at that time, the 35, was about, I think it was like $60,000, 65. And then that's just your exterior shell, everything, appliances, interior materials, all the bump out is all on your own dime. So with all of that added in, it ended up being like a normal house, $200,000, about $150 per square foot with all of my labor as sweat equity. So if you do it all yourself, you know, you can save a lot of money. But if you have a general contractor and a crew of 5 guys, you're gonna have it done a lot faster, but it's gonna cost a lot more. Getting this thing permitted, luckily the Smiling Woods guys know what it takes, so they're planned, engineered things you have to submit to the county here, since we're not in a municipality, and they have to review those plans and they give you a building permit. And then you have to meet certain inspections, rough framing inspection, there's electrical inspection, there's plumbing inspection, and then there's one big inspection for occupancy where everything's got to be safe, and then there's an inspection, final inspection. I was a little nervous about it, having never done a lot of it before and doing all the construction and the electrical, interior electrical myself. It was a little nerve-wracking, but you know, you open a few books and you learn and you talk to some electricians and it's doable. All right, this is the main bedroom. So this main room is underneath the loft, the half loft of the entire 35-foot house. So these are supporting the loft, these walls. So you have the pantry built in there, and then you have your utility room built in here. And then you have this angled wall with the sliding glass door that goes into the bathroom. I have a personal vendetta against closets. They just fill up with stuff and you never really get rid of anything that you put in the closet. So I keep everything really handy. After 15 years of working in Alaska, you just grab your clothes and go, get to work. This is my dresser. We got a cedar chest over there. Found this nice big armoire for my wife in lieu of a closet. We went through a few iterations with the designer about how to get everything in the space, all the utilities, how you want to do it, how you want to bring power and water into your house. And we knew that we wanted a half loft, and we knew that we wanted the kitchen in the center, and then it just seemed to make sense to put the bathroom and the main bedroom underneath the loft with about 7.5-foot ceilings so that we'd have a little bit more loft space than the full 8-foot. It makes it worthwhile when I see my kids in here and hosting friends and family. It's just an amazing transition for us, since we relied on the kindness of others for so long, living that nomad life. It's been nice to turn it around. You know, we have people camp out here and we host friends and family, and to be able to give that back to the community and the family that had given that to us for so long has been a real joy that I didn't really anticipate when we were building this, but it has turned out that way. Thanks for coming along for the tour. If you want to follow me, I'm Red Cash on Instagram, and I also have my sauna business, Setri Lunta. Goodbye.